Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today I've got a special unboxing of Wild Assent by Lazy Squire Games. This is my Kickstarter copy. I'm super pumped to get to this one. Some things that are really cool about this game that I'm looking forward to is this is a very civilization type building game. Also, you're going to be hunting monsters for resources. There's so many cool things. You get 4 different characters you're playing with, and as you're playing, these characters can come in and out. They can level up. There's so many different aspects of this game that are going to be really cool. Basically, this is a miniatures cooperative solo game. You can also play PvP if you wish to, but I'm not going to be going in that route. We're going to be playing it solo or cooperative. I'm super pumped. This is one I've been waiting for a while. I backed it when it originally came out in Kickstarter, and this is a newer company, so I was wondering exactly how this is going to transpire, and after seeing what this game has to offer, I'm super pumped for what they're going to be showing off. In this game, we're going to be going through different hunt modes, very similar. I don't want to say Kingdom Death Monster, but it has a very similar vibe where you're hunting different monsters. You're going to be moving into different areas, and you're going to be fighting them, and you're going to be gaining resources and bringing them back to the settlement and powering it up and fighting harder stuff. Oh, it's going to be so awesome. Now, I've got 3 different boxes we got to open, so let's go ahead and start this unboxing. And if you're excited to see what's in these boxes for Wild Assent, then I need you to meet me at the table. Here's the box for Wild Assent. This is the core box right here. As you can see on the cover, you're not only going to be fighting and gaining resources from different monsters out in the wilderness, you're also trying to potentially hunt them and keep them in your settlement that you can learn from them or maybe make them your friends. I'm excited to see how it all transpires. Let's go ahead and lift this up. This is for 1 to 4 players. Takes about 60 to 90 minutes. Oh, here we go. We've got the arena rulebook and all the other things that go along with it. Let's open this and see what's inside. That bag held multiple books, and one of them is the Arena Rulebook. This is one of the modes to play. It's a 2 to 4 play competitive mode, and each player is going to choose an Assent, which is a customizable champion, and they can lead a troop of creatures into battle, and the goal, of course, is to simply kill or be killed. There also is another mode of play called the Hunt mode. This is the 1 to 4 player cooperative campaign mode that will require multiple game sessions to complete, and each player gets to choose a seeker that you can upgrade up to a total of 4, and you're going to venture into the dangerous and mystical wilds. Now, you do have to play with 4 from what I understand, so even if you play with 2 players, you each have to take on 2, or if you're playing alone, you play with 4, which is totally fine. I'm a huge fan of being able to take out multiple characters in a game and be able to play with them. Now, the primary goal of the hunt is to survive 10 seasons, so the seekers may retire with their wealth. Of course, if all the seekers fall in battle at the same time, the expedition ends and the players lose. So this is the campaign mode of the game. And of course, we have the arena mode, which is the competitive mode. And here's the campaign book that goes along with it for the hunt. So these are the 3 books that came along with this. Next, we have a tray that we're going to be putting probably all of our punch boards in. And inside here, we have 2 different sets of dice. We have 8 different attack dice, which as you can tell by the swords on them. And these are going to be our 8 momentum dice that we're going to be using. This is a tray that's going to hold all our fun stuff. Oh my goodness, this is what it's all about. Look at all these awesome miniatures. Now, I was really impressed when I saw the miniatures in this game, and I'm super excited to see them in person. So here's one of them right here. Oh, check this guy out. This is one of the, oh, what is this guy? This guy just looks super, super cool. He's one of the starting characters. This is Berlin. I believe he's a starting character. He's one of the characters you can play. We also have some of the enemies in here as well. Let's see here. It looks like we have, oh, look at this guy right here. He's got like almost like something glowing inside of him. I am super excited to paint these guys up. This is one of the Wildwood Sentinels that we have here. It's super cool. These are really neat. I'm not going to actually know what all these are, but let's just take a look at a few of these guys. Look at this guy. This guy's really cool. This is a stream caller, I believe. Look at the detail on some of them. If you can even get in there. Oh, that's so neat. Oh, this is so good. Super good. Oh, another huge giant monster that I'm going to be trying to fight. That's awesome. This is a demon wretch right here. Look at him. He's got skulls and stuff all over him. I know I can't get too close. You're not going to be able to see it. Oh, it's so good. So good. Now, of course, we do have some of our characters as well. This one right here. Let's see who this is. Oh, this is probably Iliathena. She looks like a ranger type character, which is pretty cool. We have a griffin right here, I think is what this is. It's a griffin. Looks like it's got a little bit of stuff on it that I can probably pull off. Yep, real easily. That's pretty neat. Here's a phoenix. right down here. I know I'm going through like every one of them. I said I was only looking at a few, but I just can't keep going. I have to keep going. Look at how cool these guys are. I'm going to paint this guy up red and yellow and orange, purple and pink. Maybe not purple and pink, but yellow, red, and orange would be really cool looking. Here's another one of our heroes right here. This, I believe, is Fanny or Fanny. He's got a giant spear, it looks like, and a bunch of spears in his backpack. That's pretty awesome. So that's a lot of the different miniatures. I don't think I want to go through all of them. I'm going to keep looking at them because they're super cool. Look at this dwarf. Look at all the detail on his armor and everything. This is way cool. They've done a fantastic job of making these miniatures. These are just even the little minion miniatures. I mean, they're small little teeny guys, but look at how cool they look. This is going to be really, really fun. This is another one, I think, of our characters that we probably start with. I'm not exactly sure, or maybe not. Maybe this is one of the enemies we have to fight. We'll find out as we play through the game. Okay, enough of looking at all these awesome miniatures. I'm going to pull this out, and there's going to be even more down underneath, and we're going to take a look at all of these cards. There's a whole bunch of cards that come with Wild Assent. Now, if any of these have to do with any of the campaign, I'm not going to go through them, but I will go through some of these to show you what they are. Our first set of cards we have are instinct cards. You're going to be about 50 of them. These are going to be for all the different monsters. These are going to be how they activate each turn. You're going to draw one of these and figure out what it does. So for example, if we have this Phoenix here, I'm just going to show you the top card here. Here's our Phoenix. So it has most adjacent enemies, lowest HP. That must be what it's going to target. Then it's going to advance 4, 5, or 6. And if there's at least 2 adjacent enemies, assign 5 damage to self and assign 5, 6, 7 damage to all adjacent enemies. This will be based on player count. Otherwise, assign 2 damage to all enemies. So as you play, you're going to be drawing these cards, and that's what this thing's going to do. So you're never going to have a fully know what it's going to do. It has its own probably semi-AI that it's going to be doing based on the cards, so it has kind of a pattern you might be able to pick up on, but you're never going to know exactly what each one of these monsters are going to do. We've got a whole bunch of Wildwood Sentinels down here. There's that stream caller, a whole bunch of different things. Here's that griffin. We've got the wild flower. I don't know what that is. So we'll see how all these interact. And these are going to be, this is really cool. So this is all the different types of instinct cards that they have. Next, we have 30 different scout cards here. These are when you go to figure out what you're going to fight, you can scout ahead to see what it is. And you can maybe choose a couple to decide what you want to actually fight to make your fight even harder or difficult. This right here shows the difficulty of the fight. So there's a 1 and a 2. These right here are going to kind of show what is going to take place when you move into this to fight. So we have the Grove of Knives. You're going to place 1 Wildwood Skirmisher during the setup, and then Wildwood Sentinel 2 and 1/1/1 creatures. These are different threat type creatures, so you're going to take 3 level 1 type threat creatures from what I understand. Now, of course, we'll see how this works when we do our playthrough, but I just want you to be aware there are these cool cards that are going to make each battle a little bit different. You're going to set up the battle based on what cards you've scouted. Next, we have our equipment cards. There's about 20 or so different equipment cards here. We'll go ahead and check out one of them. This one says discard to heal self. So we can heal ourselves. We have some symbols down here. I apologize, I don't know what those are yet. We have a free action, discard to make a free activation with +2 speed. That's going to be probably pretty good. Phase Blood Potion, awesome. So we have a whole bunch of different items we're probably going to pick up as we play through the game. Next, we have these 30 cards. These are our creature cards. Now, these are used during the arena mode, so I probably won't be seeing much of these because I really enjoy cooperative and solo plays. So I'm not sure how often I'll be seeing these cards, but these are just the different creatures that you're going to be using during that mode. Before we continue on with the cards, there are a couple of things I did kind of talk about a little bit, but I didn't really make myself too clear. There are 2 modes of play, the hunt mode and the arena mode, but there's actually even 2 modes inside the hunt mode. This campaign book is actually a modified version of the hunt mode. So you can play the hunt mode where you try to go through the 10 different phases, or 10 different years, I guess you could say, or else you can play the campaign, which is a preset campaign of how the game is actually unfolds around you, which is pretty cool. So I want to make sure you understood that there actually is a few different ways to play even inside these different modes. Next, we have a deck of worker cards. This is really cool. This is going to be used for our campaign. These are the kind of people you can hire for a gold if you want, and they're going to be able to do different things for our party. For example, if we've got this guy right here, we'll start with the High Priest of Vil. He has holy hands. Heal 1 seeker for 15 each encounter. So if you go to visit him, you can do this. He can also create this holy relic if you bring these to him. And down here, it shows you the type of building you have to have in order to hire them. Because you can't just hire any kind of person. You have to build up the buildings that you can use to hire these people. For example, you need this building in order to do trader. Now, of course, not exactly sure what the buildings are. We'll see how that works during the playthrough. But there's a whole bunch, like a weaponsmith. Why would you want a weaponsmith? You make a warhammer for us. It'd be awesome. We definitely need him. Or a blacksmith. He can make you a heavy shield. Oh, that's sweet. So these are all the different workers you're able to hire inside of your village. That's going to be sweet. The last deck of cards I have are going to be our Silver Stream cards. These are again for the competitive mode. These are going to draw each turn and they're going to affect how the battle is going, what is actually happening on the battlefield. For example, demand, this could happen and something could be different. This could be drawn and then all of a sudden all the Ascent with the lowest health, he is healed for 3. So it can change what happens on the battlefield at any moment. That's kind of cool to keep the game moving and alive as you go. Now, like I said with the hunt, there's 2 different ways. You can do that hunt or you can do the campaign. The competitive mode has a few different ways to play. You can play deathmatch, last man standing, or even blood bounty. So each, like I said, each mode of play has its own separate sets of modes you can play, which is really cool. Now we do have a whole bunch of different punch boards, and I believe the board is in here as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. The first board we have is, of course, our village board right here. This is going to represent our encampment for each time we come back, and these are all the different things we're going to be unlocking. These are the different buildings you can build. For example, here's that symbol over there that we were able to unlock our High Priest of Vil if we buy this, if we were able to upgrade into getting this. Here, of course, is where we can get our weaponsmith and other blacksmith and things. Then down here are all different places we're going to be playing certain cards. It's where the workers go. All the different workers we get are going to be placed down in this area. And this explains what all the little buildings can do as we build them. So this is really cool. Our encampment is going to grow and it's going to gain different people that are going to help us out. Oh, this is going to be really fun. I'm super pumped. Then we have our double-sided board here. So this is going to be, I believe, for the solo mode. Of course, you could probably fight in the arena here as well. Then, of course, on the backside is one that does look more like an arena where you're going to be fighting inside. This is, look, it's even got the blood stains all over here. That's pretty cool. So there's 2 different sides of the board for this, and there is a running track down here that we're going to be using while we play. Next, we have a punch board filled with some of our characters and some of the monsters as well. This represents our Seeker. This is when we're going to use them in the competitive mode, if you have him in this direction, where if you flip him to this side, we have him in his Seeker mode. And here again, you're going to see lots of different things that I'll explain more during the playthrough, but some of these skills, which is really cool, is they're locked, and you're going to be able to unlock them through different means of either the buildings we buy or skills or experience that you unlock. It's going to be really cool how we build through these characters and decide which ones need to upgrade, which ones don't. Then we have our enemies over here. Some of the other tokens we have that you see around there are we have some of our coins. We also have our building tokens. This is whether or not they're level 1, 2, or 3, and I'm sure that means how more powerful the building is. So this would be a level 3 building, be really good. We also have some of our other miscellaneous tokens down here as well, and we'll see how some of these work during the playthrough. We have many more just like that. Again, more characters and monsters. Again, more of our building upgrades that we have, our building tokens. We have some of these over here. The square ones are our skill tokens. These could be some of the skill tokens we have. Then what else we have? And these again just are a bunch of miscellaneous things. We have ignore skill. I wonder if they have anything written on the back. Oh, it does. So all of them are going to be labeled on the black. So bleed. Oh, that's really cool. That helps so much. Oh, I love it when tokens are labeled on the back. You know what's even better than a labeled token on the back? Telling you what it does. Immobilize, it does this. That'd be fantastic, but it doesn't. That's okay. We have targeted. We have rebirth. So there's all different tokens in this game. That's just a few. We're just scratching the surface. We have a whole bunch more. Here's some captured creature tokens, 1, 2s, and 3s. We also have whether or not your skill is locked. So the skill is locked, or you can unlock it, and then if you use it, it might have a time token on it. That means it's going to take longer for it to get back into power, so you can use it again. Some of the skills I'm sure you can't keep using over and over and over, though it would be pretty good. I bet you can. As we continue, we have even more punch boards again, and we're just going to keep on going. Look here, they keep on coming. And then here's our final one right here. Now, some of these are only going to be used in the PvP mode. For example, these are some of the obstacles you're going to see out on that board. So not every token is going to be used during the hunt, and not every token is going to be used during the PvP. So I believe that's about all that's in the Wild Assent main box. Let's go ahead and check out the stretch goals box and the second campaign box. Next, we have the box that is going to be filled with all the stretch goals that were unlocked during the campaign. Again, we have an awesome thing to put all our stuff on. I'm really excited that they give you an insert where you can put everything. I just hope my cards that are sleeved can fit in there. Again, 1,000,000 miniatures that are absolutely stunning. Oh my goodness, a unicorn. That's awesome. Unicorns are sweet. I wonder if it's going to be a nice unicorn. We'll have to find out. We have this guy. Again, not knowing every single name of these creatures, I'm just looking at what they... Oh my gosh, look at this thing. Looks like a manticore of some kind or something. That's awesome. And this could be, is this another Phoenix? I can't even get some of these out. I like the way that they're actually all fitting inside this foam, and I gave you a nice little foam thing to put these in. That's really cool. We've got a guy with a sword and shield. He's going to be pretty awesome. I should say a girl. Maybe it's a guy. Pretty awesome. Let's go ahead now and look at some of these cards, and we're going to go ahead and remove this because I'm sure all the extra components are going to be underneath. Yes, here they are. Let's go ahead and take these out as well. And look at them. There's going to be some more. Okay, I'm actually not even going to open the punch boards because it's going to be very similar to what came out. Oh, no, we have to open them because look at all the cool guys. So here we go. Let's look at some of these guys. We got Rodin here, another guy we can use. Now, from what I understand, if you play through like the campaign or even some of the hunt, I believe you start with certain ones, but as you go, you can maybe unlock some of these and you can start playing with them, is from what I understand. There's a lot of tokens that are going to go along with these characters, I believe. We have there's the unicorn right there. And I'm going to paint this unicorn up. I'm going to paint all these things up. It's going to be awesome. All right, look at all these cool looking guys. We have this guy. There's their little mascot guy. That's awesome. I bet he can be played on the other side too. Yep, there he is. Huh, interesting. All right, we'll have to see. Maybe we'll play with him. We'll see how it goes. That's, I think, all the different punch boards. I just wanted to look at all the guys because they look really... Oh, here's some more monsters. Oh, good, a wildwood spider. Love bugs. Why did... Toads and bile beetles. Ugh. All right, we'll put those aside and let's take a look at the cards. Our first set of cards, we have some encounter cards, some more encounter cards. We then have maybe more equipment cards, I believe is what these are. Then we have, it looks like maybe, wow, more of equipment. Maybe these are all equipment cards. These are all equipment cards. Interesting. Wow, lots of different equipment. Well, weapon. Let's look at one of the weapons. Well, crossbow. We can't go wrong with that. On attack, knockback. May not be used against adjacent enemies. So that kind of makes sense. Kind of hard to shoot a guy that's right next to you. We also have a whole stack of other cards here. First, we have some of the monsters we just saw that you can use in the competitive mode. They're all right here. Then it looks like we have even more of these locations again that we can go to. All the insight cards, I believe is what they were called. Or what were they? They were something. I can't remember exactly. But they're different locations. And, of course, they have the value of how hard they are and what you're going to be fighting. And, of course, these are going to be able to add all the expansions probably right into the campaign fresh out of the way. Because, look, I even see a level 1 right here. That's awesome. Then we have more workers that we can hire. Wow, look, even more workers. That's absolutely awesome. There's not many, but, hey, more is better. More variety. We have a speaker. He looks kind of cool. We could hire this engineer. Sweet. Then we have more items for, I believe, the... was it the hunt mode? I think there's more of these hunt modes. We have a loot. I can play some songs. That's pretty cool. Next, we have all those... Oh, these are the instinct cards. These are all the ways those monsters activate. All the ones we saw in that box that we can paint up and play with. This is how they're all going to activate against us. So that is the stretch goals box. A lot more monsters to be fighting in our campaign and more characters being able to add to the campaign. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited to dig into this. But there's one more box. Next, we have the Shadows of Silverstream expansion box. And this is the final box we have, but it's a pretty big box, almost about as big as the campaign box. And it comes with its own prologue campaign. Oh, that's awesome. So this is going to be a prologue campaign that is going to take place before the very first game. And this is, like it says here, is a solo-based game. A single-player prologue campaign that connects the story-based campaign from Wild Assent core game to the campaigns can be played together chronologically in order, with any rewards earned from the prologue carrying over to the core game campaign with no intermission in the prologue campaign, nor with any encampment. So this is going to be just a straight big run through. This is awesome. I'm pretty excited. We might actually try that first just because it's a prologue. Why not? And again, it comes with this neat thing I can put all the stuff in. And of course, look at these awesome miniatures. This prologue campaign comes with 2 huge boss fights that you can do either in the wild or inside the arena. For example, we have our twin dragon down here. This is one of the boss fights. Look at this twin dragon. Out of control. This thing is massively awesome. I'm super excited about this thing. And you can fight this in the wild if you want. Then they also have some other boss monsters in here as well. Not exactly sure which one is. I just know that is because look at the size of this thing. It has to be a boss monster. And it also probably gives us some more characters that we can use. We'll go through the cards, see what we see, and I'm sure under here is even more. Wow, look, there's even, because of course that boss monster takes up half this thing. It's right here. It's still supposed to be in here. That's absolutely amazing. Cool. We got more cards. And this is going to be really neat, a super prologue campaign. I wonder if these are going to be in the arena that are going to spin around and maybe attack you or something. That's pretty neat. And we have some new characters, I bet, that we can play. Or who knows, this might be somebody we have to fight. It looks like it might be somebody we have to fight. Look at this person. Looks like Hawk Girl or something. That's pretty cool. Put her back. Neat. Now let's go through the cards. Of course, this big giant set of cards, the first ones are going to be those instinct cards, and there's a ton of them. Again, all the different things these monsters can do to us. It's going to be this is going to be super cool. All right, let's take a look at some of these. There's the Twin Dragon. Look, here's just one of his cards. Flying, advance 6 on activation, assign 3 damage and knockback to all adjacent enemies. Physically attack, range 1. It's going to 4 attack dice, damage all enemies in the front arc. Oh, I'm sure it's going to be absolutely awesome to try to fight that thing. Then it looks like we have a few more workers here that we can add to our place. That's going to be sweet. Who knows, since this is the prologue campaign, it says there's not an encampment phase, so maybe you're just going to gain these and be able to use them. I don't know, we'll see how it works. And then, of course, maybe they persist into the actual campaign. Here's the monsters that you can use in the arena mode where you can fight against your friends. They're right here. Who's this? That's pretty cool. All right, we got some neat characters there. Next, it looks like we have some scouting cards. That's what I just remembered what they're called. Scouting cards. More places. Now, of course, I'm sure one of the last ones was the Twin Dragon. Then look at the level 4 is a Twin Dragon. Oh, it may not be captured. Makes sense. So here's the Wildwoods again with a 1. This is cool. So we get to add all. We can probably add all this right away. Some more items that we can add into our campaign. And then here's some more. I believe these are. Oh, these are those silver slipstream cards or silver stream cards that are going to affect the battle. And these must be items that are used in the campaign, the competitive version. I can't even talk. The competitive version of the game is my guess. I could be totally wrong. But here's some more items that we're going to be able to use during the campaign. Sweet. That's really about it. I mean, we've got this huge giant dragon that I'm super excited to get to at some point. This is going to be really neat to fight against. And then that's Wild Assent. Oh, this is going to be sweet. I almost forgot to show the punch boards that were underneath the last set of miniatures in that second campaign. So here's some of the monsters we'll be fighting, and this is going to be one of the guys that we might be getting a chance to use. He's right here, Orcatus. So he might be used in the prelude, and he might be able to be used in the actual campaign as well, because it does say these get to carry over. Here's some of the other characters as well. Cyric, Durus. Sweet. They've got, I'm just really excited to see how this all plays out, how we're able to unlock these skills, how we're able to use these skills, how our characters are going to grow. I'm excited to see how this all plays out inside this game. Oh, here, this character looks really cool. We can bring her into the world. That'd be pretty neat. Was it encouragement, disorientate, lightning bolt? Now I wonder if it doesn't have anything about how hard it is to play a character, I don't think. So it'd be interesting to see kind of what the tactics of your character are and being able to figure out how to be able to use those tactics to help your team and figure out which one of these is going to be better. Oh, katana! How could I not use the girl with the katana? That sounds awesome. I'm a huge fan of girls with katanas. Well, I'm just a huge fan of the katana in general. I think that's a pretty awesome sword. All right, that's the punch boards that were on the bottom underneath those last set of miniatures with the dragon. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing of Wild Assent by Lazy Squire Games. This will be hitting my channel very soon. It's one I have been waiting for. I'm super excited to get to this. I'm going to be doing probably the campaign or the hunt. Let me know what you're interested in. Do you want to see the hunt phase or mode, or do you want to see the campaign mode? I really want to do the campaign mode, and I want to kind of do that prologue, but I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are. If you did enjoy the unboxing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when the game actually comes onto the channel to be able to watch. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. Do you have this game? Have you had a chance to try it yet? Are you really looking forward to this game? Or I will tell you right now, this game is returning to Kickstarter if it's not already there by the time this video comes out. So be prepared. Wild Assent is coming to it's coming to GameFound, not Kickstarter, GameFound. And when it's in GameFound, I'll do my best to try to put a link in the description, or maybe up here. I'll do my best to see if I can remember to do that. But just know this is coming back to GameFound. So go to GameFound and look for this Wild Assent, search for it, and you'll be able to at least sign up to know when the game does come to GameFound. So not Kickstarter this time, GameFound. Check it out. It's going to be really cool. They're probably adding a whole bunch of really new things to it that I'm probably going to be back immediately because I'm super pumped for this game. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you're excited to see Wild Assent or anything else that hits this channel, then I need you to meet me at the table.